Welcome to the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is January 18th, 2025. On January 10th, the Japanese government expanded its sanctions against Russia in response to the invasion of Ukraine, targeting individuals and entities from multiple countries, including Russia, China, and Turkey. The measures affect 29 Russian entities, such as banks and chemical plants, along with export restrictions on 22 companies. President Volodymyr Zelensky noted the sanctions would hinder Russia's military capabilities. Japan also sanctioned 31 foreign companies and lifted restrictions on 8 individuals, including the mother of Wagner Group's late leader. Japan remains committed to supporting Ukraine without providing lethal aid, whilst participating in G7 sanctions against Russia. Tohoku University has been uniquely recognized as Japan's first official participant in the University for International Research Excellence program, supported by a substantial 10 trillion yen government fund. This initiative aims to elevate universities into leading global research centers over 25 years. Education Minister Toshiko Abe highlighted Tohoku's pivotal role in demonstrating Japan's research potential. Official accreditation was granted in November 2024 after a competitive selection process involving 10 other universities. Tohoku anticipates receiving 15 billion yen in subsidies this fiscal year to increase high-quality publications and doctoral graduates, with results evaluated in 6 to 10 years. The university aims to strengthen talent recruitment and industry collaboration, especially in semiconductors. The Japanese government is contemplating disclosing the identities of developers behind harmful artificial intelligence systems as part of its efforts to create legally binding regulations aimed at countering disinformation and cyber threats. Sources indicate that punitive measures will not be included in the upcoming parliamentary bill to avoid stifling AI development. A government panel previously emphasized the need for legal frameworks to investigate AI developers and provide guidance to minimize misuse. Moreover, it proposed that any relevant findings from investigations should be publicly shared, especially when misinformation infringes on individual rights. The government is also considering requiring AI developers to assist in information gathering initiatives. Japan's Self-Defense Force's only parachute unit, the 1st Airborne Brigade, showcased its annual drill aimed at defending remote islands from potential invasions. This year's exercise in Chiba Prefecture saw participation from a record 11 foreign nations, including the United States, Britain, and Canada, with the Philippines and Italy joining for the first time. Approximately 150 personnel parachuted from transport aircraft at an altitude of 340 meters, following which they practiced securing landing positions. The Defense Ministry highlighted the drill's significance in enhancing collaboration and mutual trust with allied countries to ensure Japan's peace and security. Famous Los Angeles chain Randy's Donuts, known for its colossal donut-shaped architecture, is set to expand into Japan this spring, joining the ranks of Mr. Donut and Krispy Kreme. Founded in 1952, Randy's is primarily a local Southern California chain, yet its unique landmark shops have gained significant fame, even featuring in Iron Man 2. The new Tokyo location will offer 4 types of donuts: classic, deluxe, fancy, and premium. The first store's opening is expected to be in late March or early April, with a goal to establish 50 branches across Japan by 2028. First cat cafes, then owl cafes. Now, a snake cafe in Harajuku, Tokyo, aims to change perceptions about snakes. At the Tokyo Snake Center, guests can interact with about 130 snakes of 30 species. Customers can choose a snake attendant to join them at their seats, while larger display attendants slither nearby the area. Visitors can also pet the interaction attendants. The center rotates the snakes on a shift system considering the snake's resting and feeding needs. The manager, Hisamitsu Kaneko, hopes to improve snakes' image and attract more guests, and reports a 70% female visitor rate. Happy Year of the Snake. In December 2023, a Kurdish restaurant owner in Saitama Prefecture experienced a surge of hateful phone calls that disrupted his business, an example of a broader rise in anti-Kurdish sentiment linked to social media debates on immigration laws involving Kurdish refugees. This negative sentiment intensified after the Kawaguchi Municipal Assembly's resolution targeted foreigners, which coincided with a violent incident involving individuals perceived as Kurds. Officials emphasized the importance of addressing local concerns while countering discrimination, especially as Saitama police reported no significant rise in foreigner-related crimes, but apparent involvement of right-leaning hate groups. Far-right voices in Japan are opposing the establishment of a new cemetery in Miyagi Prefecture, aimed at serving the country's growing Muslim population. Despite local complaints, the prefectural governor insists on proceeding with the project, highlighting the necessity of accommodating an increasing number of Muslims, which has surged to 350,000 since 2010, due in part to rising foreign labor amid Japan's labor shortage. Japan currently only has 10 Muslim cemeteries, insufficient for its 149 mosques. Although 400 objections have been raised, many appear to stem from racism rather than legitimate concerns. Governor Murai emphasizes the importance of meeting the burial needs of foreign residents and Japanese converts, asserting that the cemetery must happen to address demographic changes and immigration needs in Japan. Tokyo police have arrested Kinuko Iwamoto, a former chancellor of Tokyo Women's Medical University, for allegedly causing a loss of approximately 120 million yen, or over $700,000, to the institution. Authorities claim she transferred university funds to an architect multiple times until February 2020, under the pretense of a fictitious advisory service for a construction project in central Tokyo. Iwamoto, 78, had been chancellor since 2019, and a criminal complaint was filed against her for illicit spending. Following police searches of various locations, financial analyses revealed funds may have been kicked back to her. She was dismissed as chancellor in August. Kirin Holdings reported that in 2023, Japan ranked 11th globally in total beer consumption, significantly lower in per capita consumption. Worldwide beer consumption reached 188 million kiloliters, reflecting a slight 0.1% increase from the previous year. China maintained its top position for the 21st consecutive year, while Japan, ranked 7th for 14 years, dropped to 8th in 2021, 10th in 2022, and out of the top 10 in 2023 with a decline to 4.3 million kiloliters. The Czech Republic led in per capita consumption at 152 liters, whereas Japan's was only a quarter of that at 34.5 liters. Japan's government announced a $2 million aid contribution to California to aid recovery from devastating wildfires that have resulted in numerous fatalities and extensive destruction. This assistance will be channeled through the American Red Cross, targeting assistance for affected individuals. The funds are intended to establish evacuation centers and provide food and psychological support for victims. As of Tuesday, local authorities reported over 20 deaths and 30 people missing since the fires began on January 7th. Dry conditions and strong winds have worsened the situation, with around 88,000 residents ordered to evacuate, and substantial damage reported across affected suburban areas. The Tokyo District Court has ruled in Japan's first case about scout-back payments, where hosts forced women into sex work and take a share of their earnings. A 28-year-old host club manager was found guilty of receiving illegal proceeds and received a 2.5-year suspended prison sentence, the first of its kind in Japan. The case revealed exploitation in host clubs, where women incurred debts to be pressured into sex work. The defendant admitted to introducing multiple women to scouts for sex work, and the court recognized scout-back payments as criminal, which may possibly deter similar crimes in the future. A police panel has also suggested regulating such scout-back payments as a means against exploitative host clubs. Tokyo police arrested former MUFG Bank employee Yukari Imamura for allegedly stealing gold worth 260 million yen, or $1.6 million. She used spare keys to take about 20 kilograms from 2 customers' safe deposit boxes in September. Imamura admitted to the theft and pawning the gold for around $1 million. She reportedly had large losses in gambling and foreign exchange trading, borrowing money to cover her debts. Investigations suggest she may have stolen at least $6.3 million in cash and $4.4 million in gold from over 60 customers. MUFG has compensated 40 victims and is looking into further details and potential penalties for the company president and executives. Customs officials at Tokyo's Haneda Airport have confiscated 15 kilograms of cocaine from an individual airline traveler, which sets a new record for Japan, they reported on Wednesday. Customs agents located the cocaine, valued on the street at approximately 370 million yen, or $2.4 million, hidden within 15 candy boxes inside a suitcase belonging to a 25-year-old Canadian man. The individual, who claimed to be employed in the construction sector, arrived at Haneda Airport from Toronto on December 21st at about 10:30 p.m. The cocaine was uncovered during a standard customs examination, leading to his arrest the next morning. Fuji Television Network has begun investigating allegations of a sexual misconduct scandal involving TV host Masahiro Naka. The network stated that an investigation with external lawyers started last year, and they will act based on the results. Reports claimed that a dinner involving Fuji TV employees in June 2023 ended with Nakai and an unnamed woman alone, leading to non-consensual sexual activity and a large follow-on settlement. A Fuji Media Holdings shareholder, Dalton Investments, requested a third-party investigation highlighting governance issues. Major TV networks have suspended programs featuring Nakai, who previously gained fame as a member of the J-pop group SMAP before its disbandment in 2016. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending January 18th. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.